So, World of Warcraft has implemented achievements relatively recently. This is something I would assume you're planning for Battle.net or StarCraft as well. Yep. Is there any of that's going to be offline? Is everything on Battle.net, or any examples of what type of achievements we can see?
There will be achievements for both single player and for Battle.net, but to get credit for the single player achievements, you'll have to be connected to Battle.net.
Alright, so you actually play your campaign while connected to the Battle.net?
Yeah.
Do you go through Battle.net and connect to single player, or do you just stay online, or how does it work?
The idea is that we want to encourage people in all of our future games to be logged on while they're playing the game, whether it's single player or multiplayer, so you have access to kind of your community. It won't be required. I mean, you can play offline, but we want to try to encourage people to always be logged on to Battle.net when they're playing. That way, you know, like if you have a buddy that's, you know, playing, let's say, a 2v2 game and you're playing the campaign, you're still connected and can send each other whispers. So we just want to try to engineer the user interface around that.
All right. So is there any possibility of having like local area networking play, like StarCraft 1 is very known for, and used in like DreamHack and all these different, even small LAN parties at someone's home or whatever?
Yeah, we don't have any plans to support LAN with Star 2.
It will probably not be supported.
Yeah, it will not be supported. The multiplayer will be through Battle.net.
All right. So it's similar to the Diablo 3 approach then.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Very good. Thank you.
In some interview, it was said that player will be able to play process mission. I'm talking about Wings of Liberty. Can you say something like that?
Yes. So during the Wings of Liberty campaign, it is 95% a Terran campaign, but we do have a small little side storyline that deals with Protoss and with Zero Tool that you'll be able to play Protoss missions. Is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how many missions?
I don't think I'm committing to that today. Yeah.
Okay.
A small number. It's a very small number in comparison to the Terran campaign. It's kind of almost, it's not an Easter egg campaign, but it's definitely kind of a subplot campaign.
Speaking about internet connection, you said that there will be no LAN support. If you always have to be online, or at least have to be online to play most of the stuff, what's the minimum kind of internet connection you need? So does it still work with the dial-up connection, or does StarCraft 2
That's a good
need
question.
more
I'm not sure what the minimum spec is on that. Do you know, Bob?
The minimum spec
connection
for
internet.
your internet connection?
Yeah.
I haven't heard any kind of stat on that yet.
Yeah, I don't know if we've said it yet.
Yeah,
So,
I'm not aware of what that might be.
As low as we can make it.
Are you afraid it might exclude any potential players by having all these things basically from Battle.net? Just
for multiplayer, there's potential for that, but I mean it's really no different than, let's say, requiring a certain level of video card, right? I mean, we kind of look at the market and try to figure out, you know, what do most people have? What do 90% of the people have out there? You know, we're certainly not going to require broadband, but you know.
You think it's very low anyway? That's
Yeah.
the point. Yeah.
Yep.
Do you have any plans for something like StarCraft TV live events with commentary?
Are you talking about, are we going to do live events around StarCraft?
For example.
Yeah, no, of course. Well, we've been doing it for Warcraft 3 and for World of Warcraft, so we'll definitely be supporting StarCraft 2 as much, if not more, than the games that we're already supporting.
Hello. I think we've got time for one more go around.
One more go around.
Will it be possible to create a tournament only for the members of one guild?
It's a feature we're not going to have initially. It's something that we're talking about trying to do in the future, but it won't be something we'll have initially. We'll just have kind of the Blizzard ladder tournament system.
What about StarCraft 2 and consoles? How high is chance Blizzard will release this game on these platforms?
0%.
0%.
Yes.
Okay.
Kind of the approach we take with all of our games is we determine the game we want to make, and then we try to figure out what platforms it makes sense for. And kind of in our opinion, we just don't feel like we can deliver an RTS game, at least the type of RTS game that we've been creating, as at high quality on the console. I think we've tried in the past, like we actually tried the original StarCraft on Nintendo 64. And I mean, it works. It's playable. It just, you know, is such a different playability and gameplay experience than on the PC, and we really don't want to have it be that different. So
only for PC and Mac.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
many players decided not to play on the original Battle.net servers, but instead of in playing on the IC Cup servers. Do you allow additional servers like IC Cup in StarCraft 2?
No, because you know, that's one of the reasons why we don't have LAN play, is because we do want everyone to play on Battle.net. We want to make sure that's a great experience. And if there's a reason why people are not enjoying it on Battle.net, then we want to correct it there. But we want to make sure that people are playing on Battle.net.
They're using a modified version of Battle.net, though. They're actually using your own Battle.net engine and stuff for it, so it's not
Yeah,
LAN.
which is even worse. That's called a pirate service.
All right. Any plans on doing, like, if you have a replay or something, that you could just, through Battle.net or some other service, just click somewhere and you would actually upload it to a Battle.net web page or YouTube or anything like Sported, for instance? They had that with the
Yeah, we wanted to try to support something like that on Battle.net, where you'll be able to upload replays. So it's something that we're still...
I mean, more like a video, not actually, so anyone can view it.
Right, yeah, we don't have that. We don't have an ability to convert it to an API or something like that. So that'd be cool, though.
Yeah, and a lighter version of the client, you could just play a replay on it. Yeah?
No, I know what you're talking about. It's not something that we're going to have. The big thing that we're trying to do with the replays for Star 2 as better than War 3 is that War 3 had a real challenge with dealing with versioned replays, where what would happen would be you'd play, let's say, you'd play a game, save off the replay, and then we'd patch the game, and now your old replay would no longer work. So that's something we're definitely correcting for Star 2. So it shouldn't matter what version you actually played the game in, you'll still always be able to view that replay afterwards.
Cool.
You're passing.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm passing. Talking a bit about Battle.net, and well, you have seen that this third-party servers we were currently talking about have a different ladder system than the original Battle.net system, which is very popular. So, do you think about sticking to this kind of ranking system in the new Battle.net?
We have a whole new system planned for Battle.net. But that said, though, we don't have any problem with like third-party groups designing kind of their own ladder. We just want them to play the games on Battle.net. So there's been lots of examples in the past, like Case's ladder or other sort of ladder systems that have just played the games on Battle.net and then got the results and kind of done their own ladder system around it. And that's totally fine with us. But yeah, it's going to be different. We're definitely doing a different sort of ladder system we've done in the past. We've kind of, each time we've learned lessons and we've tried something new. So, last question.
Yes,
Make it a good one.
Well, it depends how much can you
No pressure.
Tell about the single play, because I've got a question. How long will the first campaign take? On your website there is some information that it will consist of about 40 missions.
Oh, it's way more than that.
No, it should have said like each of the campaigns is somewhere around the area of 30 missions.
Yeah.
Yeah, each
30.
one.
Yeah. Each
So
one.
the first one? Or
Well,
Yeah, so the Terran campaign is as large as the original StarCraft with all 3 races. So now the thing that's a little bit different about it is because you choose your own missions, I can't tell you exactly how many missions are going to be in it for you. It sort of depends on which missions you choose. But in all total, there's probably around 30 missions to choose from. So kind of that critical path could be anywhere from probably like 15 to 30, depending on how much of a completionist you are and how many missions you decide to play.
So the ultra completionist, how long time would it be in like hours to finish the campaign? So just an estimate.
I mean, it depends on how good you are. I would say anywhere from 30 to 60, depending on how long it takes you to complete the missions. And I mean, if you did it like in world speed trial time, it's probably like 20 hours, right? Like if you kind of, are QA guys that have already played through the campaign, because that's what gets tough when you give those hour estimates. It's like, well, how many times did you have to replay mission 5 because that one's really tough, or whatever. So it's a very variable amount. Usually a good benchmark is that if you don't lose at all, each mission is probably between 30 to 60 minutes.